Hi, YouTube. Excuse me. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. We've got a pretty cold day. Yesterday it snowed and it covered up the ice, and Doug slipped and hurt his back and smacked his head. So he ended up going to the chiropractor. He's doing a little better today, but I almost bit the dust today, too. I was out there luckily, like I told him yesterday, I said I might have an advantage being an ice skater and I ski and I've got a snowboard and it's like, yeah, and I did. I slid, but I'm used to that feeling, so I kept my balance, but well, yeah, I don't always. Usually once a year in the winter, I usually fall at least once. Think last year was twice. For sure, the year before was twice. Maybe last year wasn't as bad as the year before. I smacked my head on the house with an armload of wood. Whoa, that hurt. So last night I found a channel called Secret Mind, and the title of the video is Coronavisor, the forbidden time machine that the Vatican hides at its core. You might want to listen to it. It's a 31-minute video. I'll leave the link to it in here because that is my topic today. The people that are defending the church at all costs, even if it isn't their religion, they don't care because the people that are in that um, mindset, frame of mind, their greed is going to, like, okay, here's the for instance. A lot of people are using the name Alman Hillman to promote their um, agendas. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be using that name. They'd be sharing information like I am, like, look what this church is doing. Look how they work with the Jesuits. What's that all about? They believe in Jesus, but yet they're part of the Judaism within the Catholic Church, and all these religions are working together. What is the cover up? What are they covering up? What are they trying to hide besides the changes in the languages to deceive people? And then when people like me come along, or more famous people like Dr. Ullman, writing books and different things to show people what is actually in the scriptures, they attack him and then they use his name to promote themselves. It's like that's dirty. you know. I'd rather have the truth at all costs than to go along with agendas that are going to harm other people because of their lack of knowledge. That's a fact. And you don't take somebody that used to, like Dr. Almond, Professor Almond, teaching seminary school and that type, his devotion to God. And you don't take somebody like that and all of a sudden he just doesn't believe anymore because um, he just had a bad day. No, this is somebody that has studied his entire life to teach other people what he's interested in. And these dirty little out there, they don't believe in the truth. They could care less. If they're literally going along with a church that would hide truths and information from their congregation in churches all over the world. And these people are going along with the groups of people that are involved in this. They become a part of that by proxy. They become our enemy of the truth by just what they're doing. So I'll probably talk some more on that. I remember I told you I got a USB. or you can put it in AC with an adapter. It's a lighter. It's okay. Um, when you pull this little frame down and the light goes on, and then you have 10 seconds to light your cigarette. It's okay. The little thing to pull it down, I have very strong fingers. It's a little troubling, but each uh no, that one didn't ignite that time. Each charge is able to light 5 or 6 packs of cigarettes, but now this one isn't coming on. Hmm, maybe I gotta, looks like there's junk in there. Oh, now it's coming on. Okay. Hmm. And then it went out. They work. Wouldn't be any good for lighting a one hit, but yeah, it works. So yeah, it's okay. Kind of cool to have. I mean, on a windy day, it would be all right. I like the little, almost looks like the Ferrari emblem on it there. I don't know if you can see it. Somewhat. Okay. Yeah, sort of. Almost thought about, I have a chain, oh, it's a sterling silver, pretty big chunk of silver. I was almost gonna wear a silver ring and a silver chain today, but I thought, no. And then, too, I don't know if people are aware the metals in our bodies and any jewelry that we put on, even perfumes and different scents that have any kind of earth metals, even synthetic clothing, different things can conduct um, different frequencies towards us. It's a real thing. So if you, it's odd, like if you've ever wore a wedding ring, you can actually feel energy in that ring, or any rings or anything, even a hat, that type of thing, like the little hats around their crowns. That's putting a sort of like a damper or an enhancer to actually conduct a different frequency. You see these people with baseball caps, and I'm serious here. Bikers with skull caps, and oh, and they're all the same on the inside, no matter what they look like on the outside. This is all real, you know? I have a video explaining about that jewelry and how it can be used in crafts against people. And then, especially too, if you have somebody buy you jewelry, what's their ulterior motive? Is my first thought. Why do these people that don't even like me want to buy me jewelry? Hmm? You know, makes you wonder, doesn't it? I have a lot of jewelry. I gave some to my granddaughters, but yeah. It's like, why? I mean, yeah, some of it I bought myself, but not not much, so anyway. Oh, I got rid of some a long time ago too. Um, that people in my past thought that they were going to be using against me in different ways. It's like, no, because I know these things are true, you know. They sure are. Your food. It's not by chance that we have aluminum in the air and in our bodies. That's just one thing, of course, that we know. Oh, oh, off topic. I'll get back to this hidden from people stuff that I detest. But why do all these people think that these drones are just actually a physical thing? They leave no heat detection. There's your first clue of something that would be material. And our cloaking abilities on crafts aren't quite actually like they say they are, that type of technology, but the projections and the projector and the satellites and that communication and Project Bluebeam is a very real thing. Why aren't people thinking that with all this barium, strontium, and aluminum up in the air, that this wouldn't make a projector screen, and then no wonder our Air Force couldn't catch one of them because that's not real. Why does it have such a long battery life? Because there's no in battery. That's why. Oh, but the patent on Project Beam and the schematics I saw when I was a kid, and all the viruses that were patented, and the ones that I found in the lodge, and all of it, it's just not true. What they have that they say they're doing to you, there's no truth in it whatsoever, right? Oh, God. These people, it's all out there for them, and they're still like, oh, drones and aliens, and God, are you people that stupid, or are you just having fun going along with the agendas? Go look up agendas, a list of the agendas, and you'll see. And these were out there 20 years ago. And you're going to sit there and say, oh, well, 20 years ago, they were telling you that there was going to be the Jabiru thing. And everybody's like, oh, well, these diseases just appeared because they mutated. No, people's brains have mutated into regression. They really are. You're pacified. Most people are so pacified in their lives. It's like, oh, as long I like Candy Crush, so I'll use that. As long as I got Candy Crush, everything's okay. Give me ranch flavored sunflower seeds, cigarettes, coffee, and Candy Crush, and I'm happy, you know? No, it takes a whole lot more than that. But nothing electronical, that's for sure. Maybe my coffee. No, there's nothing that anybody can offer me that they can bribe me with. Nothing. Absolutely zip. Zilch. Nada. So, yeah. Cheers. I saw 007 had a live stream, and he had on there Thor's Day, and I was gonna go over there and say no Friday, but I thought, nah, somebody in the chat, I'm sure, is telling him, that it is not Thursday. Oh, yeah, I kept the house warm last night. Got up. I don't know what time it was. I didn't even look at the clock. I just got out and wandered out there and Went on the porch, got some wood and put it in there. Laid back down. Usually when I um, get cold at all, or you get up, you get out of bed, sometimes you can't get back to sleep, but I didn't have a problem. So I did put on my, oh, what is it? Well, it's like a logger shirt, them checkered shirts. I put on my red and black shirt and went out on the porch and had gloves on, so I didn't. I'm allergic to wood and paper products, and but so if I actually left that on my skin from the wood, um, paper isn't as bad as wood, but because of the resins in the wood, if it's like not totally dry, even then it kind of bugs me when I grab it. So yeah. Maybe I gotta overload. I think of a lot of things that I'm allergic to, like legumes, and ma- maybe I actually just got overloaded. And I think sometimes maybe our body has a quota of what we can eat, and when we're done eating that amount, we're not supposed to eat it anymore. I don't know, but for me, oddly enough, you know. And of course, our taste buds change every 11 years, and our bodies do change. So who knows? I don't know for sure. But I have a theory that you're only allotted so much of one thing, and then your body can become allergic to it. And how criminal is it that they'll be putting or are putting things in a piece of meat that would make you allergic to that meat? Is that beyond treasonous? Does that warrant the death sentence when you actually jack around other people's existence? Like with the stuff in the air and the water and the nanotechnology and all the rest of it, the frequencies, that's attempted murder or flat out murderous. So when you hear just one thing that the Catholic Church keeps from you, I mean, everything I talk about here pertaining to religion, mine's the truth. Mine is the truth. Kids say, well, I'm not Catholic. Well, went to a Catholic church and a Catholic girls' school, but no, I wasn't Catholic. I studied every religion to make a strong determination on how I wanted to represent our Creator, as Jason from Archaic says, the Oversoul. I like that because that just is one. I'm not one of these that thinks a lot of bugs that never had existed before had the capability to combine together and make something magical like planet Earth and human beings and the sun to warm us and all these things. So, yeah. But some people actually do believe there is no creator, or that we're all just the combination of that one. And no, that's not true either. People are so diverse. There's things that are inside some people that'll never be inside others. Do you ever feel like that? I know it to be true. There's two different types of people on this planet. Some that are capable of lying and murder and hurting children, and others that aren't. So if you see people, I mean, if you're teaching in a Catholic school and you're teaching something that they wouldn't want their little brainwashed students to hear, they're going to do everything within their power to take you down. It's to be expected. When I went up against the fathers and the nuns in my personal situation, they hated me. And I do know that feeling is a true thing. You can't question what they say to be true, whether your heart is screaming that that isn't the case. And then your education tells you it's not. And then when you tell other people where this information is, they ignore it, you know? Why is it in the same era of Jesus that other people writing in the same vicinity never wrote about, excuse me a minute if you can hear me, it should adjust, never wrote about all these miracles and things that were going on? If that truly had happened, it would be documented in other areas, not just from one certain people. And if the Jews didn't write about what Jesus did because they don't praise Jesus, then who were they? Were they the Pharisees or the Sadducees? You know? So anyway, I hope you see my point that keeping things from people is lying. It's the same thing as lying. Whether or not it's, if especially if it were that there's going to be some kind of catalytic um, demise to big chunks of the earth or something, you'd think that they would want to inform the people instead of continuing to build underground cities and stock them with everything that they need with the money from the people that are going into these establishments, because that's what they do. Only the select get to go into their private bunkers and underground cities. It's not going to be the people that diligently go to Sunday service or mass. It's going to be them, the ones that are in control of all of that. And the ones that are in control have these minions out there coming against just regular people like you and I, you know? You should detest the lies and the withholding information as much as I do. Bothers me. So many people are deceived. It's not Satan deceiving the whole world. People are deceiving themselves because they're busy, not able to take your profession wasn't to be a scholar. Okay, I understand that. But then when you have somebody that that's who they are and they've put decades into it and you haven't, there are things that somebody with that amount of knowledge is going to know besides the average person that didn't devote their whole life to something like that, you know? Yeah, I checked on them. Outside kitties are doing good. I was thinking the other day, with that baby dying. It could be one of the mama cats had blood on her head. I thought she might have been hurt at first. This was the other day, about 4 days ago. And she might have got, like people out in the country, we have mice. If you don't have a cat, um, a lot of people put out poisons. The mouse eats it, then the cat eats that, and they die. So that could be part of the problem too, not just being little or sickly. Because them two ones that were born in that hole I was telling you about behind the shop, they they weren't doing very good from the beginning. So yeah, little weak, poor little things. So yeah. I was able to pick one up today, a really pretty blue-eyed one. I got to mix up some medicine for it, an antibiotic, and get some milk or something for her. Her little eye is infected, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I picked her up and she let me. She kind of wanted to get away, but she sort of liked it too. So, little pure white one, blue eyes, beautiful little thing. I try not to name them, but they end up a lot of the times they end up with names. So, yeah, I didn't just start taking care of kitties because I wanted to, but I mean, I had one that was sitting outside my kitchen window on the ice, and he was literally freezing there, meowing right in the window. And I found one another time, long time ago, on a corner shelf up in this tool shed we had, frozen up there. That's when I started taking care of the strays. It's like, if I can help, I'm going to try and help them, you know. So, yeah, that's what I do. One of the things I do. So, yeah, they have a nice kitty house. They have it really made out there. So, well, that's probably about it for today. I just want to make it really clear that the Catholics aren't the only one that know the truth about a lot of things like the Trinity and that there are no aliens and um, artificial intelligence has been around for a very long time. And they're aware of all this. There's more too. They're aware of these things. Project Bluebeam, they know what's up. I still don't understand these people like, oh, aliens, aliens, and then they also report on Project Bluebeam and they're not making a connection there. No heat signature, can't catch it. Their battery life or fuel source is unheard of with our technology, but projection is real. Oh, wait. There's a UFO. Wing, 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 wing. Right? Oh, or no, the light would be down here. That's better. You know, or sideways. If it was all projected, they could be doing anything they want to do. And that's what they're doing. So, and people are like freaking out. Oh, as they're getting the next jabberoo for this bird flu coming up, stock up on any clothing you might need, um, your essentials, maybe rice and beans and, um, let's see, water, of course, um, medical supplies if you can, Um, you know, really, if you want eggs and chicken, turkey, you better get it now, 'cause pretty soon here in a month or two, you're not gonna be able to get any eggs, chicken, poultry, turkey, duck, turduckens, whatever. So, okay, thank you for joining me. Have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace.